Hi everyone, this is Annalisa. Thanks for tuning into my channel. And this is a pick a card reading for what's going on with you and them. So we've got 3 tarot decks for you to choose from: the Morgan Greer, the Shadowscapes, and the Cosmic Tarot. And select your number, go to the timestamp. I'm going to do a basic reading and then an extended reading over on Vimeo. Hi group number 1, thanks for tuning in. This question, what's going on between you and them? Before I go into the reading, please just double check energetically it's okay with the spirit of the person you're inquiring about, that it's okay for you to kind of go into their mind, into that understanding. And please take what resonates from this reading, use your own discernment. And I'm going to read like 2 characters, so whichever, I'm going to read a you and a them, but if it feels like the them is more like you, then just go with that, okay? So first of all, let's pick a card for you, representing your overall energy within this situation at the moment. Here we go. So we've got Taum the Poet. This is a very romantic card. This is someone who is swept in romance, who is very much in love, in the soft, sweet, desiring nature. I want to say softness. There's a softness, a sweetness, a lovingness, and what's coming through for the other person is the singer of the chalice. So this, this feels like a very to me, they're coming this way, this kind of gaze at this beautiful chalice and this desire to kind of drink from this chalice. This person, the person you're dealing with, is in a state of joy, celebration, happiness. They are very much living their life, feeling inspired, feeling that the world wants them to succeed, wants them to have a good time, have fun, okay? And you are gazing lovingly at this person. We'll find out whether this, how this connects to you, because at the moment how I'm seeing it is you're gazing at them and they're kind of in their spotlight, right? So let's have a look and see what's going on. So we've got conscious, emotional, and unconscious for each of you. Okay, so in the kind of conscious world, we've got quite a lot of fire going on. There's the they seem to have been in conflict, fighting with you, perhaps had some kind of argument. There's been some kind of disruption, and you. It almost feels like you've been in kind of defense, or you feel like you had to defend yourself. You've had to stay in this kind of strong place and really draw on your inner spirit, your strength of energy to hold it. And this kind of, generally for this reading, it kind of feels like this is a relationship that's coming into completion or coming into ending, because emotionally for you we have this Death card, which is about transformation. It's about letting go and release and something moving into the next life. And sometimes that can feel like moving into a new life, but to be honest with this, it doesn't really feel like that. They also have a card of completion. They have the World representing emotionally death in the world. It's like it's a real ending of a cycle, culmination of a cycle. And mentally, they're letting go. They're moving on, I'm afraid. And for you, feeling wounded. And I think this really. I feel like this will be confirmation for you. If this feels completely not true, then please, you need to listen to a different video. If this is feeling like confirmation of what you already know, then this is they're kind of letting go. It's completed for them. There might have been some kind of big bust up with this situation. We've got overall as the 9 of Swords, so a real kind of these fears, these kind of battle of fears has really exploded and come to this real tension, and there is a need for this new situation. I mean, I feel like maybe you're kind of still stuck on this person, to be fair, and they're really moving on. We do have the Page of Cups as the outcome, which is a new love, but honestly I feel like it's new love coming in for either both of you or one of you. And yeah, for the masculine side, it's like looking for something new, and they're, to be honest, feeling kind of a release from this, and I feel like you're maybe in more of a place of like mourning and letting go, and I feel like that's kind of what you need to do for this situation. Okay, I am going to do an extended Vimeo. What I'm going to do for this particular reading, because I really feel like it's completed for them, for this extended Vimeo, I'm going to look into you and look more into your situation and how you can move forward from this, let go of this. I don't really feel there is huge. Okay. There's only potential. Yeah, I don't really feel like this relationship is going to move forward. I feel like it's time to kind of take the lessons from it and reflect on it, and yeah, and let it go. You know, for now, nothing is forever. This is a kind of the moment reading. In the immediate future, I can't see something for this moving forward. So yeah, in the Vimeo extended, I'm going to do a personal, like more of a personal reading, and look at you, the person in this situation, and what's going to come around for you, your kind of past, present, future, the blocks and lessons and kind of outcomes and where you're headed, that kind of stuff. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, group number 1. I'm sorry it's not better news. It's like cards, right? Okay, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll speak to you again. Hi, group number 2. Thank you for tuning in. This is a you and them reading, so please check in with them spiritually, energetically first, that they feel okay for you to check into this reading and find out a little bit about what's going on in their world. And if it doesn't feel right, then go somewhere. Look at something that's more focused on just you individually. Okay. So first of all, getting a card for you. Okay, and we have Laced Moon's Daughter. So I feel she's very cheeky. She's very playful. You're in a place maybe there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of darkness around, but you're finding a way to stay light within it. You're kind of finding a way to stay playful and stay free and keep focused on the positive, and being a little bit cheeky with it. But there's quite likely some difficult stuff going on for you. What's going on with them, please, fairies? Please give me a card for the them in this situation. Okay. We've got the Glancona card for them. This is a bit of a narcissist, essentially. Someone who's a little bit looking after themselves, and you can see how these cards came out. And I almost feel like you're a bit attracted to that. Like there's something you kind of admire in them about being this kind of, well, I'm going to look after myself. There's something like almost desirable, and kind of you're almost able to be a little bit playful with it, and yeah, just stay in this kind of like cheeky sense. Okay, we've got the conscious emotional and unconscious, conscious, emotional and unconscious on each side, the general relationship and the potential outcome. Okay. It feels like it looks like they're kind of playing a little bit hard to get. You know, I feel like that's how you feel. You feel like they're deliberately putting on this mask. This kind of front, you know, it's a front. It's an impression, can be pretty scary. Often when I get this in a reading, I'm like reeling, like, oh, I hate this. But in this reading, I feel like you're like, you know, their shadow. I feel like you're like, it's just their shadow, and you can see the little, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little face like popping through above, like behind the mask. There's this quite cute little child, and I often like feel this is connected to like child, you know, child wounds, that kind of stuff. And I feel like you are kind of like, okay, you know, go and do your thing, go and be your like silly like little child, whatever. I'm just gonna stay here and play and just admire, you know, and just watch and have a giggle at it, to be honest. Because I feel like, so for you, you're kind of presenting as someone who's knitting a web, who's creating a future, who's got a plan, who's putting all their things in place and just allowing things to happen. And for them, it's the Eight of Wands. It's like this, I feel like they're kind of like, I'm letting go, I'm blowing away, I'm kind of like off somewhere. And I feel like you're just kind of watching and letting it unfold. For them, emotionally, you've got the Eight of Cups, so they are deep diving with their emotion. They are going into something, and in their mind, it's like they're processing something, but it's very slow to process. It's like a real, I feel like there's this inner child, like depth kind of healing or something going on. It's like they're really going down into something and releasing something, and there's some, like they're working. I feel like they're working on something, and it may present externally as a kind of narcissist energy, but actually what they're doing is they need to work on themselves. They know that they need to do this inner work, and so you're presenting as like, I'm just getting on with things, I'm going to get on with my life, I'm doing this, doing that, they don't impact me. And emotionally you are, I feel like you're feeling loved still. It's like their behavior is almost just confirming how much they like you. Like if they're being a bit like they're a bit pushy with you, or a bit kind of like standoffish or whatever it is, it's like, I almost feel like it's because you have this sense that it's because they like you, you know. It's like that, it's like what was it, who used to say this to me, like, boys tease you because they like you, know. It's that kind of thing. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit heavier, it's heavier than that, but there's something about you still feel the love, and I think you feel like it's some kind of blessing or divine love, which is making you stick through it. And in your mind, it's so what I feel is going on in your mind is like you're aware of all these kind of the shadow and the darkness and this kind of stabs and things, and it's like you're seeing them and you're just kind of floating above them. It's like you're able to detach yourself from the dirt, from the muck, and just float by it, which is beautiful, you know. I'm just seeing this this repetition of laced here, this beautiful white winged long-limbed being, and this being on her swan, you know, floating over it, floating through the darkness. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. And what we have for the relationship is actually a lot of stability. It's like it's reaching some kind of like a completion stage. It's like it's like something's kind of come around, something's kind of glowing. There's like a sun glowing, like there's been this fruit that's been harvested, and it feels very strong, you know. It feels like there's a really strong bond actually, and the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles, which is like this, I feel like the creation of a masterpiece. You know, it's the creation of something very, very beautiful. So it's like your ability to stick through the shadowy stuff is allowing for this beautiful creation and allowing for this foundation to be built. And it's like you're able to give them the space and give them the time to just act out. It's like a parent, you know, when a parent is able to just tolerate their kid having a tantrum without being affected. It's like, you know, just completely cool and calm while someone is having a complete meltdown. And I feel like that's where you're at. It feels great. Feels great. Group number two. I'm going to do an extended reading into this and go in a little bit deeper. I think to the situation. I'm going to just explore the whole situation a bit more, like what the impact, like past, present, future, the kind of the unconscious and conscious of the whole relationship, the spiritual guidance, any blocks, external influences, hopes and fears, that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, that'll be in the links below for Vimeo. And otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe if you haven't, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again. Hi, group number 3. Thank you for tuning in. And please just check in with the person you're inquiring about and check they are happy for you to delve into their mind space. And if they're not, if you get a sense not really, then just let it go. And if yes, then you go ahead. Okay. Whew, fiery. Okay. For you, we've got the Ra card. This is like just an explosion. This is just like pure desire or pure want. And for the other, we've got here the fiery sword, which is the sword of truth. It's the cut. It's the like, this is it. The cards came out like this. Okay. And what I notice is the explosion, your explosion. Oh, if it doesn't feel like it resonates, then switch around the characters, okay? Or find another reading, the other option. For you, the person I'm describing as you, the explosion is away, right? It's away from this situation. It's like done. I'm off. Like something else. I'm flying elsewhere. And for them, it's like, I feel like it's this holding. There's a sense of holding stillness, but absolute truth and absolute clarity. It's like there's no, I actually feel like there's not movement. It's just a steady standing in place and just holding the space and holding the truth. It's like looking for the truth and kind of, I almost get a sense like they might expect you to come back. Okay? I can just see, I can see a character in here which I don't normally see, and it's got this kind of cheeky smile, which is just like, I'm still here, like I'm waiting for you, you can come right back around, you can raw ball, like right back this way. I'll be here, I'm not going anywhere. And it's quite fun, it's quite playful, but I feel like you may be in an absolute mind like direction, like done. It's funny. Okay, let's see what's going on in your external, emotion and unconscious. Okay, and for them, external, emotional, unconscious. Okay, let's see, overall relationship and potential outcome. Right, so for you, yeah, strength, like absolute holding your own space, holding your right, like I feel like your right to a truth, to a realization, to an understanding. I feel like you've got a very strong conviction. That's what I'm looking. for. It's like conviction. I've got this conviction and I'm holding to it, and I am doing what I need to do. You feel like time has come. It's the time now to move on. Time is just like, that's it. It's culmination. It's decided. Whatever was meant to be has happened, or it's just time to go on. It's just time to move on. And in your unconscious, you're absolutely clear as well. You're 100% just your energy from your mind through to your actions, your emotion, everything is like moving on. Holding strong, being clear, and moving on. That's it. Clarity, pure clarity. For them, they might appear upset. They might be appearing like they're wounded, or they're hurt. They might be appearing like that. But they do feel this sense of completion. They feel, I think actually they really like you. Actually, they have this, you actually mean a lot to them. They really do still feel a huge attraction to you and feel like you hold a lot of potential for them, and that you hold actually everything. I feel like they think like, but she or he is kind of like just what I want, you know, they're what I want. And they've got all these elements, they've got all the elements I need, and they feel like that, but they also feel like they kind of understand. It's like this, they kind of understand why you've gone. It's like they feel this sense of completion, they feel this sense of a cycle undone, but they are mentally they're kind of like, all right, see you later. I feel like there's not it's like giving up. I feel like they've given up a little bit. They're done. They're kind of done with. I feel like there's a battle. They've got a battle going on between their emotion and their mind. It's like they understand the completion and why you've gone and why you needed to leave, but they still hold you as someone very dear, and they are a little bit in conflict about, well, I feel this, but I want to let go. They're like, maybe they'll come back. There's some kind of uncertainty for them. I'm getting a bit confused because I feel like they're a bit confused about what's going on, and they are sad, but I feel like they're kind of trying to walk away from that sadness, or just walk away from the thoughts. It's like they're tangled up in their mind about it. They're not necessarily going into the emotion release. I think they've still got hope in their heart. They've still got hope for this situation, even though mentally, externally, they're kind of they're kind of embracing it. You know, they're kind of embracing the cut. They potentially even making some kind of cut, or leaving themselves, walking away themselves. But they still hold something. And the energy of the relationship as a whole is the Princess of Pentacles. And I feel like something has been planted as a result of this situation. It's like it's like this completion of this cycle and this ending has planted something new for this situation, for this relationship. I'm not getting a sense here of whether this is going to come around again or not, to be fair. The outcome, we have the High Priestess. I feel like it's being left up to spirit. It's being left up to the ether, to the universe. It's like, you're gone. They're like, well, they're kind of struggling a little bit with something, but they hold something in them, and it's like there's been this change. I feel like it's been this kind of flip, some kind of change in roles, and what's coming through is this time of inaction. There's going to be some separation. Whether it comes around again in the future or not, I don't know from this. That's what I'm going to go. I'm going to do an extended reading in Vimeo. So that's what I'm going to go into in the extended reading is where this is going from here. Is this a kind of, is this a separation? Is this a complete split? Or is this something that is going to come back round? Because there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion and this sense of like time, you know, time out. But there's a seed still growing. Okay, so thank you, group number 3. If this resonated, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're interested, follow me over to Vimeo and we'll go into this a little bit more deeply. Okay, thanks so much.